Welcome to the Scoop School podcast, where we tackle your conundrums about the retail ice cream and frozen dessert business. And now, here's your host.
He only leans one way. Pralines.
The ice cream bloke and self-appointed headmaster of Scoop School, Steve Christensen.
G'day ice cream lovers, my name's Steve Christensen. Nice to have you here, whether you're watching on YouTube or on our website at scoopschool.com or listening on the podcast. Nice to have you here. I do want to thank our episode sponsor, which is the Ice Cream Club. Rich Draper and his whole crew down there in Florida are busy making pre-made or ready-made gourmet ice cream for you to sell in your ice cream shop, your bakery, your cafe, your restaurant, really any food service application. In fact, you can even order Ice Cream Club ice cream at home. So go and have a look at icecreamclub.com. They've got a huge range of flavors, some great videos there actually showing you the process of how they make their ice cream. We thank you very much, Rich and the crew down there, for your episode sponsorship. Now, nice and easy one today, but something that's very important, and I see it a lot. It's the way your customers are greeted by your employees. It seems like such a little thing, but I can't stress this enough. When I look back at the downfall or the declining of the frozen yogurt, the self-serve frozen yogurt business, we really had the last couple of years, particularly the independently owned stores, have a massive decline in the amount of stores that were open. In fact, many were closing. I feel that one of the reasons why they closed was because the engagement between the employee and the customer simply wasn't there. Now, the beauty of the business model of a frozen yogurt store is you don't need 4 or 5 or 6 employees. You really only need 2. Someone that's restocking the frozen yogurt machine and the other person that's sitting behind the counter weighing the product and cashing your customer out. The customer's basically doing all of the assembly work for you. Now, that being said, particularly when it comes to a lot of independently owned yogurt places, a lot of times you'd walk in there and the girl would just be sitting behind the counter, or the guy be sitting behind the counter on the phone. There was no welcome, there was no thanks for coming in, there was no explanation as to how the process worked. And I really feel as though people wanted that engagement. They wanted people to welcome them into the store and to basically have an engaging experience. They're not only there for the ice cream, they're there for the entire experience. So this is a very simple message, but I think it's a very important one. How do your employees greet your customers when they walk in the door? It's extremely important that every customer gets acknowledged by a verbal greeting. Now, you can have a canned or a stated response or a stated statement, if you will. Ours in our ice cream stores were, "Hey there, welcome to Mr. C's." That simply was it. You can add something else on. "How are you today? Nice to see you again." But each of our employees were told that they had to greet every customer with, "Hi there, welcome to Mr. C's." Now, you'd be surprised how that little greeting makes people feel welcome and engaged in your ice cream business. And I think that it's seen to be such a little thing that a lot of ice cream stores and really a lot of businesses fall out of that process. I think that's one of the reasons why Chick-fil-A does so well, is because their employees are so engaging and so welcoming to their customers, and people crave for that. So I will say that out of the ice cream stores that we have owned, most of the stores had about 20 to 25 employees. Most of them were girls, some of them were boys. In fact, out of 20 people, we'd probably have 18 girls and 2 boys, and really they were there just to lift heavy things. Sorry boys, but the girls were so much more engaging, they were punctual, they cared about the way they looked. We had some guys working for us that were so unengaged with talking to customers that I actually had to write on the back of a straw box, "Welcome to Mr. C's." So if you really didn't have anything that you could think of saying to a customer when they walked in the door, do me a favor and look down and read the back of the straw box. "Hi, welcome to Mr. C's." It's better than not greeting anybody at all. I think that greeting customers is very important. So I want you to do a review of your business and really kind of make sure that your employees are greeting customers. You can have them pick their own greeting, or you can say, "This is what we want you to say." I will say that when you use your business name in the greeting, again, it's almost like a virtual thumbprint on the mind of your customer, so that when they hear that over and over again, they have this in their memory banks that they were welcomed really nicely at your store. So I want you to don't revolutionize the way that you greet just yet. I want you to just sit in the store and basically listen to how your employees are greeting customers, if they are at all. And do a little bit of a survey. If they're not, it's time to get into action. Train your employees to greet your customers with a canned response or with one that's free-flowing, if you will. I think you'll see a huge difference in the way your customers engage with your employees. Thanks for joining us again. Thanks to the Ice Cream Club. If you have any questions, comments, or any topics that you would like us to cover on the podcast, please feel free to drop us a line, steve@scoopschool.com. Keep on scooping, folks. We'll see you in the next episode.